Okay, Harry was born in the summer about 3 years ago, really almost close to now. And, his born was perfect evening. There's nothing wrong. And you can imagine we're over the moon. And we went home and everything's cool for about 2 weeks. I noticed a bit of coughing from Harry. And then in 2 months, that was it. We were back at the hospital. It was just like he's coughing, he's spluttering. I don't know what is going on, and I'm starting to get really, anxious as what's happening with my kid. And the doctors didn't know. They said, his immune system's under attack. What's that mean? And I see my kid, and he's got these tubes up his nose and everything. It's like, okay, we're going to deal with this. All right, it's cool. And he's fine. He's just chilling back, laying back there with this, big smile, and it's all right. And it's like, okay, I've got to learn now how to feed Harry. It's like, and that's a new adventure that we're going on. And the tube's all out. So now he's got a peg here. So it's a different story now, which is good. It's a relief for us. But about the tube, I had to learn about everything about feeding Harry with a tube, and it's an adventure, it's just we know now that he's all the doctors say it's his immune system, so something's attacking his blood vessels, and they still don't know what that is. So he's on a very special medication in a formula milk that he has to take like 3 to 4 times a day. So every feeding session he has to take this medication that makes the most worrying thing about this is you don't know what's going to happen in the future. Is the peg going to stay forever? Are you going to be able to take the peg out? Are they going to be able to eat like we can? And so every meal you're exercising just a little bit of the food that you have, soft food so they appreciate the sense of smell and taste and the sight and the colour of food. And that's all you can hope, that food becomes something that they enjoy, and it's not just a chore that it's passing into them. And it's not that it's distressing, it's just that it's okay, we're chewing, you're eating too, but you might be eating just a little bit of fruit or a banana or a prepared little apple, and just sort of moving that from side to side of the mouth. And he's mimicking everything that we're doing, you see. It's when you feed your child with the system, with the peg, it's straight in his tummy, and he doesn't taste a thing. So you've got to provide something sweet or savoury just so he gets used to eating, because that's a pleasure you don't want to take away from his life, from his experience, you see. It's the sense and smell of food. Oh God, yeah. Because when you start doing that, you imagine his arms are going everywhere and he's kicking the tube out. It's like, okay, half an hour's gone, and we've got to start this again. And it's like, okay, you make the baby, he's relaxed, he's still. You've got the tape out, and just 3 different types of tape. You've got to make sure the scissors are away from his arms or his hands, because they can like move or touch something. And an hour's gone later, and it's like you're always just thinking, okay, one step ahead of the next, to the next, prepare this to the next step, and yeah, it's just like testing ground. This is the testing ground of, okay, this is where we're going together, you and me. You always got to prepare for you got to be on the guard for what could happen. And that's, whether someone's going to accidentally catch the tube from the back of his shirt there or something. You're always worried about that, always. Whether he's going to wake up in the morning and it's hanging out somewhere and there's food and stuff, and it's like, what do? And it's just, And then you've got to change the nappies. Then you've got to put him in a bath. Yeah. You're in the hospital, you're waiting, finally get a call in, and you got to get the change of the tubes. And I don't know, as an intern or a nurse, someone comes over with this hose pipe, and it's like, sorry, what do you... where do you think you're going to stick that? 'Cause that's not going anywhere near my kid. It's like, so they fiddle around at the back and they bring about 4 or 5, 6 different tubes, and it's like, you're totally thinking, do they know what they're doing? With the feeding procedure and all this. And it's like, okay, I'm going to cross the line here. I'm going to just intervene, and you do that, and you say, excuse me, can I just show you how to do this? And they're cool, and you do it, and you end up, you're there, and you slowly explain, okay, this is where this goes here and whatnot, and they're with you, and that's cool, and then the doctors come and everything, and it's reassuring to have that backup, if you know what I mean. iPads work, fish work. You open a window, you just point out the trees, the clouds, that stuff like that works for up to a point. Music, yeah. What about singing? Yeah, singing's good. Yeah, you've got to I don't know, it's like you go into a space with your kid, and you form a relationship like everything's play. So your kid's there, and it's like, okay, this is the tube. Okay, the tube's going to go up, up, up the nose. Up the nose. Whose nose? Nobody knows. He's giggling away like this, and you can easily just manipulate the tube, and he's in a relaxed state. And that's kind of cool, because okay, you're forming a bonding with them in that way. And it's a ritual. So the ritual you're bonding with your child is one where they're in it for life. So you're setting up you're hardwiring these steps up where they're, okay, Dad, I trust you here, I've got no one else. I've got to do this again maybe in a week. So I know what to expect, and they know what to expect. They know, oh, there's the tube, they see it, they recognise it. They start licking their lips. They know the procedure. They remember everything, it's crystal for them. So you've just got to follow a pattern where they follow the preparation of this, and it's not that they enjoy it, but they don't know anything else. For them, it's like us putting on shoes. It's normalisation for them. So when the peg comes in, eventually it's like, it's a step forward away from having the tube up their nose, you see. It's this. Yeah, it was about a year ago. About a year ago the peg went in. So what that means for us is now we have a proper meal together, so we're all sitting around the table. It's all good, we can eat whatever we want, and Harry gets the food straight into his tummy. The best thing with having the plug in his tummy is that you can actually live a normal life. You can go to the park, you can go to the beach, you can, birthday parties are fun. Your kid can run around and just act as if he's just being with other children, and you can just take a few steps back and you can observe him. He's just moving around. It's like, it's this, it's like you don't have to worry about, tubes flinging out of the face or anything. And it's like he's happy, and it's invisible in a way, and this is good. So, yeah.